guys, thank you so much for coming today.
Thanks for having us, Allie.
I'm so glad to be here.
I'm so excited to have you guys here today to talk in our TAC room, which is really fun, to talk a little bit about your experience volunteering at Dreamweaver.
Yes, it's the best. We love it here. To put it really candidly, it's a great spot. I don't want to speak for you, Lisa, but we support the Dream Riders. We support just general barn maintenance and chores as well. So no matter what you're looking for here, there's something to do, something to learn. It's a really comfortable environment. The people here are fantastic. Everybody's welcoming. There's always, someone willing to help you or teach you something new. Yeah, it's great.
The word that comes to my mind is respect and grace. I didn't know what to expect coming back into a barn after an 18-year hiatus.
Right.
But everyone here is warm. You all have a passion and take splendid care of the horses and the people and your volunteers. And I'd rather clean, as I tell my husband and friends all the time, I'd rather clean the barn than my house, and I can prove that.
Absolutely true. Second that. Second that.
So let's talk a little bit about how you guys got started. Like, what was the motivation, in saying, oh, I want to volunteer? Or was it more like, I want to volunteer with horses, or I want to volunteer in general? Just curious.
Yeah. Do you want to start?
I knew that when I retired, I wanted to specifically go back to horses. For me, maybe that's...
I love that.
Maybe it's not the right motivation, but once I got here and saw the children, which I don't have a lot of exposure, thank you, with children, but seeing their faces filled with joy and the way the team treats them and meets them in their place, it's just makes me smile too, seeing them with joy.
That is literally the perfect answer, because the way I explain volunteering at Dreamweaver is it's twofold. It fills your bucket and also fills others' buckets too. And I think that that's kind of what allows us to keep going. Because if it was only something that, it'd be great if it would benefit both parties, because it keeps everyone happy and makes sure that the vibe at Dreamweaver is one of wellness for all. So I think volunteers, as we were talking about this before, they make the Dream Riders program, which is our therapeutic riding program for children with special needs. If we didn't have volunteers, it would not be possible. And I can't tell you how many times we are up, sometimes like Friday night, panicking because maybe someone didn't confirm, or someone is not responding, or someone had to cancel for a valid reason. But it really, we have to make sure that we have someone for that lesson, or that child won't be able to participate because they won't have their leader, or they won't have their sidewalker. And it's really an important piece that's what allows the magic to happen, in the barn. So thank you guys so much for being here. And Corey, how did you get started?
Yeah, I think my story is actually pretty similar to yours, Lisa. So I had horse exposure for a lot of my life, and then had a long hiatus in adulthood, and really wanted to get back into it and wanted to volunteer somewhere. I was pretty open to what I would do, but if it's with animals, horses in particular, it's even better.
It's true.
So I started at Dreamweaver just riding myself, so
Yes.
trying to get back into riding and back introduced to the horse world, which can be a really hard thing to find that re-entry into the space, and felt so fortunate to have landed here, where everyone is so welcoming and it's a very accepting environment. It's a very safe place to really come as you are, meet people where they are.
Especially for adults too. Because I think
100%.
the barn landscape sometimes is catered for children, and it's hard to come back as a beginner adult,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. Yeah, coming back from such time away, coming back with, there's a lot of show barn atmospheres. There's nothing wrong with that, but it's just not a space where I felt comfortable.
Yes.
So this was fantastic. And then I think you actually invited me to join the Dream Riders program, come to orientation, and I did. It was fantastic.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
I have to just thank you for what you said.
Oh.
This is a respectful, safe spot where everyone is really treated equal, no matter what your experience was before coming back into the space.
Right.
And I came back with huge experiences in the past, but that aside, what do I learn here? How do I help here? It's not about my background. It's about, and the horses here.
They're magical. They're great.
as well as our 2-foot unicorns as well. Yourselves. I can tell you, like, even when I talk to the families of dream riders, they will tell me that not only have the students created relationships with the horses, which happens almost at any program, but in particular, they've created relationships with their volunteers.
Yeah.
And they give them a lot of confidence, a lot of support. It's almost like I say, it's like being their cheerleader, being their advocate, right, on the sidelines. And I think it's amazing that we can have we can add more people to be part of their village, to be more people that they see as safe people. Because we're sort of living in a world sometimes where it can be very isolating, especially if you come from, if you have a child with special needs, you can feel very like alone at times, I think, as a parent, right? So it's nice that we can add to the idea of like community and to have that impact.
Yeah.
And it benefits all of us,
Yes.
which is, it's a perk that we don't have to have, but it's nice,
Yeah.
So do you guys want to share like one really memorable experience while volunteering here? That could be volunteering here as a Dream Riders volunteer or volunteering here in barn assistance, something that you just, kind of is, you can kind of, it's just a very good, I don't know, like marker of what it means to be here. Or it's particularly memorable to you.
Try and think of something. There are so many, I'm sure. I'm like, okay, pick one. Do you have
I'll
one?
go.
Okay, well, good.
And it involves the children
Oh,
in the therapy
I love it.
program, which I didn't expect. And
I know.
I'm not sure I knew how to handle. But one
I
day...
love that actually, that's your answer. Because I know that for you particularly, you kind of wanted to do more barn assistance.
Right.
And we have a lot of volunteers that start off like that, I think, and then they quickly realize that the wellness is actually with every single, I think, program in the barn. So I think that's great that we're able to connect, older generations with younger generations, because I think that also is an issue that we see sometimes in our community, right? That there's a disconnect.
True.
There's so much to learn, I think, from both sides. But keep going. They cut you
My
off.
experience was a nonverbal young lady, or young child, and but on that horse, by the end of the ride, she was smiling with a huge. It still gives me goosebumps because she didn't talk, but she could smile, and she did, and that stuck with me. That you don't know how you help other people, and to see her smile at me and to smile at the horse and just the wonder of all this, it sticks with me.
That was a really beautiful memory. Ooh, Corey, that's gonna be a hard one to top.
Pressure is
They're
on.
all good. They're
Pressure
all
is on.
good.
All right, that was good though. That gave me some inspiration for mine. So I'll share. There was a time I was out supporting Brandon. We were mucking or picking paddocks, and some of the kids rode by doing an outdoor portion of their lesson, which is great when the weather's nice. We were waving at everybody and saying hi. And one of the kiddos greeted me by name, and I had supported him before during lessons, or he just hangs out in the barn sometimes with his sister. So we've gotten to work together a little bit, but I didn't. It was a moment where I don't think I realized that there had been enough of an impression or an impact that he knew who I was. So it felt really special to be greeted by name by one of these kiddos. It was incredible.
That's nice.
Yeah.
It was really special. It made me feel so good.
Yeah.
I carry that with me still. It's really nice. Sometimes you don't even realize the impact that maybe you're making.
It's so true.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's clear that our team includes not just our horses and our staff, but our volunteers make up a huge part of what allows there to be magic and inclusion and wellness at the barn here. So thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.
I think that we feel so blessed to have you guys here, and I foresee us being together for a very, very long time. And yeah, I'm just really excited to see what the future brings. I know that we have more programs that we're planning. We have an at-risk youth program that we're planning. We have one that we're planning for veterans. So there's definitely more channels that we're trying to reach, because I think the horses, the benefit that they can give to so many people is just, it's limitless, and I think everyone can benefit from it.
Well, you have that vision to include everyone.
Thank you.
And it's inclusive now with children you have and the adults. it was neat to be a part of the corporate day.
Yeah.
And see adults turn into kids.
Yes.
And learn to work together and the horses. That was
fun.
I never thought from my corporate world bring my people here, but they need to be here.
There was someone. It was one of the corporate people had said that they felt like their inner child had come out, and I think that as adults we need that sometimes, and that even goes back into like being a volunteer too.
Absolutely.
Like I think being with the horses, and we're all ladies here, and we have some male volunteers too,
Good.
but we do have a lot of ladies, and I think with women there's always that. That pony dream.
Yeah.
It never goes away.
It's very persistent. But luckily, to be a volunteer here means that you can have that pony dream. I have this really kind of sort of cheesy slogan, like your dreams never expire. But you can do it here without the financial strains of it. Or like just the burden of sometimes having a barn and such.
Yeah, just the stress too.
The stress
Different
of it
environments,
too.
Yeah.
Do you mind if we talk a little bit about, because I know you are a new mom.
Yeah.
Do you mind talking about what it's meant to kind of be
Yeah.
back here and
Happily.
how it impacts postpartum?
Yeah, it's major. So being at the barn before having my daughter, who recently turned 9 months old, it was such a special thing. Even during pregnancy, everyone was really helpful in kind of meeting me where I was and making sure I was comfortable, but still letting me do what I felt like I could do safely. So that was really a special thing, because I think in a lot of places you can be kind of told like, time to stop riding. Time to
Come
stop
back
doing these
later.
things.
Don't come anymore.
Following doctor recommendations. I want
Sure,
to be
you were
clear.
very
I wasn't
safe,
just
yes.
just going crazy, but
It's true.
yeah. But it was really great to get to continue working, and when I couldn't ride anymore, the team found a way to let me still come on site and groom horses or whatever it was. So I still got a horse fix. I got to still chase the unicorn dreams, which was fantastic. Yeah, so it's been fantastic. And then postpartum, that's a journey for everyone. It looks different for everybody, but I think within 3 weeks I was fighting to get back here. I was like, I need to be back at the barn. I need to be back at the barn. And it's been fantastic getting to come back, and I have a whole new appreciation for all the parents and what they do.
It's true.
But yeah, this has been an incredible, we talk about community. It's been a huge asset to have the community of Dreamweaver. Everyone is so supportive and welcoming, and the programs that you have, you talked about it being limitless. Your Mare Magic program is incredible.
Which is our baby class.
It's for babies. So at 2 months old, Josie came and sat on a pony and got to pet goats, and she's not even holding her head up yet, but she's, we've got pictures of her riding, amazing unicorn Jojo. It's the best, and it's such an inclusive environment for truly our whole family. I'm horse crazed, my husband is not, but it's still a place where he feels comfortable and wants to be here, and it's incredible. It's just the best.
And that goes back to our conversation before about the generation gap, right? Like Josie, your daughter, can now experience hopefully the same joys and therapeutic benefits that you get.
Yeah.
And it just becomes a cycle where we can continue this legacy of therapeutic riding. I think that's very important. And I know so you were going through a huge transition. I know with you as well, right? With, I hope it's okay to share like retirement. I know you said that before.
Yep. And surgeries.
And surgeries, yeah.
I'm getting stronger and stronger all the time, and you and Brandon and Kira allow me to go at my own speed. And if I can't trot one day, then
It's okay.
they do. So I'm getting stronger, and it's
Yeah.
My
It is
favorite quote
nurturing.
of yours is you said it was like being at PT.
Yes.
it is.
Doing the water buckets and
Yeah.
grooming the horses and leading them around.
Yep.
And
In the best way.
With a smile on your face.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much, ladies. And I really have to say, I really appreciate your time today. And I can't wait, to see what else will happen at Dreamweaver. I know that none of that will be possible without our volunteers. So hopefully this will inspire other like-minded unicorns to come and join us. But thanks so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
All right.